It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions, and it's coming up next.
Let's go, boys.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that is a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The punter, Jack Fox, handling the kickoffs. And off we go from Ford Field. He fields it at the 8. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. They'll come up now for second down and 4. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down. He'll take this up to the 38-yard line. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Amik Robertson.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next step, and a strong performance here certainly help him achieve that goal.
First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Throwing, Goff. He connects with St. Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, 3 to go. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Hurts. He's got this one complete to Goddard. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Hurts again. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again. Hurts. That's a short one. Caught by Goddard. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Again, Hurts. This one complete to Bryant. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Hurts will try it again. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Here's Hurts. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
Back at the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal. To throw, Hurts. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Eagles will go up by 7. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Lions offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Lions punt team now. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. There's the tight end, Grant Calcaterra. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the first quarter.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to take this past the 45, and that's good enough for a first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Two first downs, and they are at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with the rookie out of Florida, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Hurts. That's taken in by Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw is Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Third and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
A first down throw for Hurts. This is caught at the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Eagles move out on top, 14-0. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Lions offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion left. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They face 2nd down and 7. One quarter in the books. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Second and 7. On play action, Goff. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, not only getting outside the pocket, buying more time for his receivers, but then finding a man open who's able to pick up enough to move the chains.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. Good blocking, and he's in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions are on the board. It's now 14-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Avery Williams on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Hurts will work here from the pistol. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete.
And this is a great example of why staying on schedule and ahead of the sticks is so critical. Because even after that big 3rd down pickup, it's not enough for the first, and it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Lions offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing here is Goff. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
To say football is a game of inches may be an understatement after that last play. I mean, if he gets there just a little bit quicker, he can get 2 hands on it and reel it in. And instead of just forcing the incomplete, he could have had himself a pick.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
So often we see on these deep passes, the defender lose track of the ball in the air. They then tend to panic, and it either leads to a big pass completion or a defensive PI. In this case, he stays in phase. He's able to break the ball up and prevent a big play from happening.
And that is incomplete. Reed Blankenship had the tight coverage and comes up with the defensive play.
Nice play there by the defender, able to get his hand up on that ball and break up the pass. And frankly, if he's able to come down with that catch, he'd be playing offense.
Here's Jack Fox now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Defenses always have to make a decision, Mike. How do they want to defend the zone read? Some teams want the quarterback to keep the ball. They want the ability to tackle the quarterback. Other teams, they want it to be a give read, and that's what we saw here. They were ready for it, and they take the running back down for a loss.
He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Man in motion is Smith. On third down, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. DJ Reed that time. Good tight coverage, and he's able to get a hand on it.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time. When you're around the ball on defense, good things are going to happen. And this is a great example. He's not able to secure the interception, but the next best thing is he gets his hand on the ball, and it falls harmlessly incomplete.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of shore tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll go play action with Goff. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Lions first down.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. But what does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack, and you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back, let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Here's Williams on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5. And in motion is Brown. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
One of the key factors for having success in the run game, Mike, is winning at the point of attack. And what that means is every play, the linemen and all the blockers, they understand where the back is going to start and then where the back could end up. And having a good understanding of that and how it pertains to the defense is how you gain your advantage to have big plays like this.
1st down throw there is incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion, that's the tight end, Granson. On play action, here's Hurts. He's going to run it. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? The penalty yardage certainly helps. Now it's 3rd down, and they need 5. And in motion is Brown. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
He might be a tight end by position definition, Mike, but this guy is a bona fide playmaker with the ball in his hands, and we're just seeing this more and more across the league. These guys have such a natural ability to pick up yards after the catch, and man, it does wonders for an offense when you don't always have to throw the ball far to pick up big gains.
Here's Barkley. And he is going the wrong way, tackled back at the 7.
When you have a linebacker that can cover this much ground, Mike, I mean, what an advantage for a defense. Watch his ability to not only pursue this ball and stretch it out wide, but then to secure the tackle and take him down for a loss.
Now Hurts going to call his own number. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal.
I don't mind the call. Down here this close to the goal line, you're trying to account for the extra defenders. In this case, you're trying to read them, but give credit to the defense. They had the running back accounted for and the quarterback.
3rd and goal for Hurts. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Touchdown, Eagles. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. On 1st down, it's Goff. Thrown left side, the catch is made, and they'll take this down inside the 35.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing, Goff. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
From the gun, on third down, it's gone. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will cut the lead down to 4.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, Hurts. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. The clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break. First and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. And the tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Final second now of this first half as this one is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Goff to throw on first down. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The line cracking it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Goff. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Here's a third down and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
Nice job here by the defense. They understood this quarterback is looking to push this ball downfield past the line to gain, and he's got no choice but to check it down short to the tight end, rally tackle, and brings up fourth down.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Hurts now. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Hurts to the air on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now whistles here, and a penalty. Somebody moved early up front. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. To throw is Hurts. Taking off, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the ground, this is Gibbs. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go play action with Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Goff to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Gibbs. And he'll be taken down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is a guy that you do not want to have to tackle in space. I mean, the footwork, the agility, the ability to go side to side and then still have the burst and explosiveness to pick up big yards. I mean, this guy is a handful.
Here's Gibbs. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Now, here's 2nd and goal. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. One more time, they try Gibbs. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. Goff to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. Some determined running, but they're going to stop him short of the goal line. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions will cut the lead down to 4. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Williams now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. To throw is Hurts. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. That is Marcus Davenport in there for the sack.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw, Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Hurts will work here from the pistol. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it's going to lead to 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, this is something we don't see every day, Mike. A team playing with a traditional I formation fullback. It's kind of a lost art in today's modern game, but in this case, highly effective. Great job by the fullback clearing out the path for his running back, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Going up top. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And he will go all the way. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions go up by 3. It's 27-24. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll run the counter with Barkley. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Now a screen set up for Barkley. Now a 3rd and 2. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2. Hurts Going to keep it on the option. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Second down and 8. Now Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Throwing is Hurts. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Quick throw here is complete. Second and 7. They'll send a tight end in motion. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Hurts again. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up. He'll try to run here with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the first down. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Big play coming up. This is third down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And this ball incomplete on third down. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and that's going to lead to a fourth down. So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to tie things up here in the fourth. This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. That evens the score here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Second down and 3. Out of the shotgun. It's got right back to Williams. They connect again. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on first down. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On second down, Goff. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is third down. From the gun, it's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The Lions will punt this ball away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Eagles offense ready to take over once more. We're all even, fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. To the outside, catch made by Brown. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Hurts. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. To throw is Hurts. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. As this drive quickly stalled out so he's on to punch it away. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing here is Goff. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. Give him 14 on that play, one first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's Gibbs, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They put a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Goff to throw. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You're going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And if he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive, he's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Catch is made by Wright. On 2nd down, it's Gibbs. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. But give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the 1st down.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Hurts to the air on 1st down. He's going to tuck it and go. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Now Hurts. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete. Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. So got it. The tight end comes in motion. They'll try it now with Barkley. Ooh! And he's going to have the Eagles 1st down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains. Barkley. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Man in motion is Brown. They'll drop to throw. Now inside the 25. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So after the penalty, a break as they now have 1st and 5. Hurts to throw. He's going to, and this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. The Lions called their first timeout, and the clock will stop with 45 seconds left in the game. It is 2nd and a yard. To throw is Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. On play action, Goff. Now pass deep for St. Brown. That is brought in. And Detroit's going to use their second timeout. And it comes with 15 seconds to play in the game. This offense still has the one timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here comes 2nd down. They'll go play action with Goff. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
What a game this has been. It hangs in the balance until the very end, yet somehow they get a touchdown here late, Mike, and it looks like they're going to be able to pull this one out in the final seconds of the game.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. Open man downfield is Brown. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So it's a win here for the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. And in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.